What's up everyone, welcome to RaizelRealm, the channel where we break down the latest and hottest movies in Hollywood. I'm Raizel and today we're diving into a film that's been generating some buzz around here. But before we dive deeper into it, make sure that you subscribed and hit that notification button so that you don't miss out on any updates from this channel moving forward. Today's review is for Heart of Stone. This first portion of the review is going to be a non-spoiler, so it's safe for any of you who are just curious to know if this film is truly worth your time. The Netflix original movie stars Wonder Woman's Gal Gadot in a global spanning spy thriller. Also co-starring in the film are Jamie Dornan, Alia Bhatt, and Sophie Okonedo. Gal Gadot stars as Rachel Stone, an MI6 hacker who turns out to be a double agent working for the Charter, a global peacekeeping organization with no political leaning and no national allegiances. Charter agents are required to have no relationships, no affiliations, no ties to anything whatsoever that could compromise their duties. The Charter's operation is sustained by the Heart, an all-powerful artificial intelligence with access to the world's most top-secret information and an ability to accurately predict the success rate of a mission. Of course, it isn't long before the Heart is being targeted by a mysterious hacker named Kea Dwan, played by Indian superstar Alia Bhatt in her Hollywood debut. Sent on a global trotting search for Kea, Stone must grapple with intricate conspiracies surrounding the Heart, Charter, and her internal struggle as she begins desiring genuine connections. Now let's start with the goodies. This film looks really great. From beginning to end, the film is jam-packed with stunning sequences set in exotic locations all over the world. Snowy Alps, sweltering Lisbon, vast Senegal desert, landscape of Iceland. It's no shortage of jaw-dropping vista as the backdrop for actions. The music choices are well curated too. Fleetwood, Mac, and Lizzo on the same soundtrack is pretty awesome, and the cinematography looks gorgeous. And it's apparent that the movie has high production value. It's exactly what you'd expect from a Netflix spy actioner. What kind of surprises me, given the low bar Netflix original movies have set so far, the storyline is quite good. The pacing is nice. Every step of the way you know exactly what the objectives are, and plot beats fall in place, never a moment too soon or never too late. If you follow the Bond and Mission Impossible franchises, nothing presented here is anything new. To be honest, the characters are likable enough that you want to follow their journey, at least to a degree. I will touch on this later. The best thing about the film is the bond between the operatives. It feels natural and their rapports are enjoyable enough to break the tensions in between action set pieces. The banters feel genuine, underscoring Stone's conflicted emotion about remaining indifferent, but then the second half hits. Entering the second half, the film is way less compelling. A lot of promising plot threads introduced at the beginning are wasted. It's becoming clear that its Bond and Mission Impossible Redux plot beats fail to develop into anything more worthwhile. As the heart and soul of the movie, Gal Gadot's Stone, while certainly lovely to look at, lacks the grit and gravitas needed to pull off brilliant super spy character. Especially when it's time for Stone's weightier moments, she just falls flat. In general, it starts off great, but gradually falls into tired glitches and predictable resolution. Wanna know why? Alright folks, consider this your spoiler warning. We're about to journey into spoiler territory for Heart of Stone, so if you haven't seen it yet and want to experience all the twists and turns firsthand, now it's the time to hit pause, catch the film, and then come back to join on the spoiler-filled discussion here. The movie genuinely starts off great. The first hour introduces some really interesting points, like Stone, a super competent charter spy, pretending to be tech support that stays in the van as other MI6 agents get some actions. The opening sequence with Stone running her own mission in the middle of a covert operation inside this Swiss Alps casino feels thrilling, and you genuinely feel the bond between the MI6 team and the initial conflict, with the Kea being the genius and orphan hacker. Outsmarting these high-level agents is also well played. There's also Stone's internal struggle as she's torn between Charter's no-attachment principle and her desire to bond with others, especially Agent Parker. Romantic tension is in the air between these two, but surprise, surprise, Parker turns out to be the real culprit. I legit gasped when Parker kills Yang, and barely after that they just managed to survive a bomb attack. This is a great twist, not gonna lie. That about turn changes the game significantly. Stone sets out to avenge her friends and stop Parker from getting his hand on the heart. This feels exciting, but after that, the film was never able to live up to the promise. Instead, it devolves into a series of plot devices that exist to check the boxes. Friends turn foe? Check. A smart but naive character is being manipulated into helping the bad guy. Check. Powerful AI that can potentially destroy the world? We just literally saw that in Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. A secret society controlling the world from shadows? Kingsman? Anyone? There's no chase scene on a van, ski, motorcycle, etc. that doesn't feel like been there, done that. Well, actually, one particular action set piece stands out. The free falling toward a sand dune is pretty impressive, and the score does its best to epicify the whole thing. This at least deserves kudos. None of the intriguing early conflicts pay off in a satisfying way. Stone's search for true connection dies with her friends, barely ever mentioned again. Kea turns out to be Parker's lackey, who then switches to Stone's side almost too conveniently. From the start, Kea's villainy already starts to feel shaky. Bot is so baby-faced that it's unconvincing that she even poses a real danger. The reveal makes sense, but she never feels like a real threat. The whole thing ends up feeling meh. The film also wasted some great star power in its arsenal. We got Glenn Close and BD Wong as two of Charter's highest ranking officers, but their appearances mean very little in the grand scheme of things. With the latter, it attempted to make a dramatic "it's a trap" moment, culled straight out of The Dark Knight and Skyfall, but with its less emotional stakes put in, the moment feels cheap and inconsequential. The ending is as contrived as it gets. The bad guy is a cliche white guy with a misguided worldview. His motive? To take the heart away from the possession of the selected few. It's cliched and really paper thin. Like, for real, what does acquiring the heart mean for Parker? Who knows? The final showdown between Stone and Parker attempts to generate a cool moment prefaced by Stone's badass line. However, what happens after that just doesn't match up, and the fight ends up with her winning without much suspense or momentum. As the credits roll, you can't help but hear womp womp ringing in your ear. For a while there, it looks like the movie's gonna avoid the Netflix original movie Curse. Turns out, still, with the same old problems, a stone cold missed opportunity. I'm giving it 3 stars out of 5. And there it is, fellow movie lovers. That's a wrap on a review of Heart of Stone. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comment section below. And have you seen the film? What were your favorite moments or takeaways? Drop it down in the comment section below, and let's go ahead and have a discussion about it. Thank you so much for joining us today, and until next time, have a good one.